The embargo for Fire Emblem Engage has been lifted, and with that comes the review scores. So we're going to go over those today. But before we get into that, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can know when I upload. Alright, so the reviews for Fire Emblem Engage are in, and I'm on Metacritic right now, and I'm just going to go through some of the scores. And right off the bat, there's 53 positive, there's 63 critic reviews in total. 53 of them are positive and 10 are mixed, and there's 0 negative reviews, which that's rare. But I mean, who knows, as the days go on, we'll probably see more, maybe some negative reviews come in. But from what I'm looking at right now, it looks like the lowest review is a 50. So I'm gonna read that one, but I'm gonna read out the top ones. There's 3 100s. So these guys, they think whoever put these on here, they think these are perfect. It's a perfect game. But we're gonna go with Siliconera first. They gave it 100. It says Fire Emblem Engage is amazing and wonderful way for Nintendo to kick off 2023. That's just their their basic thing. I'm not gonna read their full review because it's probably too long. But Dexerto rated it a 100 also. It says Fire Emblem Engage feels like a step backward in ways that this writer appreciates. Gone are the lessons, and in their place is a genuinely affecting story with plenty of whimsy and epic tactical conquest. It's a great way to kick off the year for the Switch, and also happens to be one of the best looking games on the platform too. So basically what this one's saying is they took a step backwards, meaning they trimmed some fat on what they had, and it's in a good way basically. And it's also saying that the game looks good, which I mean, I've been saying that too for the longest. Next one is digitally downloaded. They rated it a 100 also. The only thing that I would change in Fire Emblem Engage is the design of the protagonist. I agree with that. Her combination of red and blue does come across as excessively garish to me, even within to context of a very bright and colorful game. I keep her character, which is great, but just give her green twin-tailed hair, something. Yeah, I agree with that. That's it though. That's the only change I make. In every other way, Fire Emblem Engage is everything I love about Fire Emblem, bundled up in a way that does justice to both the classics that got me into the series and the production values of modern gaming. Brilliant. Okay, so yeah, they say if the character design is the only thing that this person would change about this game, we're heading in the right direction. Which honestly, I agree. I think the whole half hair thing design, I gotta say it's not the best. Like, I think Byleth and Corrin are better protagonists, and Robin. Like, they just did too much with this one. But if that's the only thing that's wrong with this game, I mean, I guess we're in for something good. So those were the 100 scores. I'm gonna go down a little bit. There's some 90s. There's some 80s. Its overall score is an 82. I guess it averaged out to 82. But let's see. We'll go to the mixed review. A mixed review. This is from Pocket Tactics. They gave it a 70. Fire Emblem Engage has so much to love, yet feels a little empty. With tight and tricky combat, gorgeous graphics and art, and vibrant character designs, its first impression is a good one. But as the story progresses, things feel a little soulless. It's good and it's bad, and how much you like it just depends on what you want from it. So they're not saying it's bad, and they're saying as the game goes on, it gets a little bit soulless, I guess. The fact that there's not a lot of extra stuff to do, maybe just going into the combat and stuff isn't, but this person wasn't feeling it, just doing combat. But there is a little bit of side stuff, extra stuff on the side, just not as much as there was in Three Houses. So that was a mixed review. There's nothing but mixed reviews left. Here's another one. This is a 65 from Checkpoint Gaming. Fire Emblem Engage is an okay addition to the Fire Emblem series. with fun and varied maps and enough changes to the tactical mechanics to make it probably worth playing for any Fire Emblem fan. Though not all of its changes are winners, its spectacular graphics are something to behold. It's just a shame that it is accompanied by a story that falls completely flat and Emblem heroes that are shadows of their former selves. It's just sadly underwhelming in the face of what is its predecessor, Three Houses, achieved better. So this person thinks that, Three Houses did more, which, I mean, I understand it because, like I said, this game kind of took a step back and went back to the basics of things. So this person probably was a huge fan of Three Houses and what it had going on. And what did it say again? It said it's spectacular graphics, something to behold. It's a shame that it's accompanied by a story. And it said the story falls completely flat. So that's probably going to be really opinion based because, I hear some people say that they like, some Fire Emblem game stories more than the others. So it is what it is. And this is the lowest score right here by Games Radar. It's a 50. They say Fire Emblem Engage resurrects the weapon triangle to great effect, making the turn-based combat feel like a game of death and dares, while an unmemorable cast of characters and unexplored world sadly drag behind it. So they think that the characters aren't as good, and they say they're unrememberable. And they also say the world they say the world is sadly drags behind. So I mean, for the most part, that's not even a bad review really of it. It says some good about it, but if that's the lowest review, if that's the worst thing someone has to say about it, I think if you're really a fan of, the Fire Emblem franchise, or you're a fan of JRPGs / tactical RPGs, then this game is more than likely going to be a good one for you. But yeah, most of these people are saying the things that I pretty much figured this game would be. I mean, you could tell from the trailers and everything that what this game was going to be about from the jump. All right, I'm going to do another one. This is from Nintendo Life. This is a 90. Fire Emblem Engage is another stellar entry in this storied franchise, but it's also one that takes a noticeably different stance than its most recent predecessor. It's all about the combat this time around, at the expense of the relationships and romance that made Three Houses such a fan favorite. So if you're looking for that social element here, you're bound to be left feeling at least a tad disappointed. However, for those jaunting to get down and dirty with some sweet turn-based tactical action that's embedded in a satisfyingly OTT, beautifully presented anime narrative, this is as fine an example of the genre as you'll play this year. So everyone's basically saying the same thing. If you like the core of Fire Emblem, you're gonna like it. If you were a big fan of the extra stuff, the relationships and the romance and all that stuff in Three Houses, then you're probably not gonna like this one as much. But I fall in between, like in the middle. Like I did like the, some of the extra stuff to an extent in Three Houses. I feel like Fire Emblem Fates did it. It was the right balance. But it might have been a little bit too much in Three Houses. But I also like the combat and stuff, of everything. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like this game. But yeah, those are basically the reviews on Metacritic. I'm actually proud of it that I'm proud that this game gets an 82. Once again, it's a JRPG. Like the love, it doesn't get any love usually. But yeah, I'm going to predict that this game, because Three Houses, how much did Three Houses sell? How much did Three Houses sell? So I'm looking right now. It says as of December 2021, the game sold 3.82 million copies worldwide, which is amazing. So we're in 2023. So that was like 2 years ago, or close to 2 years ago. Not close. That was like a year ago, basically. So by now, I would say this game it's got to be well above 400 million or 4 million. So I'm going to predict that Engage is going to sell at least 6 million, because if you think about it, I mean, look at the Switch install base now. I think it's going to double. It's at 4 million. I'm going to go ahead and say it's going to double You know what? No, I'm not gonna do it because it's a JRPG. I'm gonna say 6 million is his height. I'm gonna say it's gonna hit 6 million, and throughout his whole lifespan. I think that's a pretty safe bet. I mean, the reviews are good. The game's looking good. You know, there's no extra BS to it. So yeah, I think 6 million might be the good mark, and that's pretty good for Fire Emblem. It's just getting better and better for this franchise that was almost gonna die. But yeah, that's gonna be the video. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Do what you gotta do. Let me know if you're getting Fire Emblem Engage. If you're interested. If you never played Fire Emblem, put it in the comments below. And I'll see you guys in the next vid. Peace.